Yeah, Dan. Couldn't you tell?
Welcome to church this morning. We're excited to have you here with us, isn't it? It's so hard to tell sometimes. We've got a rowdy front row today, so we'll have to make sure the ushers keep an eye on these two up in the front. Welcome to church. My name's Eric, and I have the privilege of being on the team here. And I have the privilege of getting to bring you the announcements this morning. Everyone's been waiting, so here we go. First one is if you've registered, we are having our Club J Amazing Race today. If you haven't registered, I think we could still squeeze you in if you're interested. It's going to be a fun photo scavenger hunt through kind of our little area of the city, kind of around here. Prizes available. You could win passes to the zoo and all sorts of good things. So if you're interested, you can still register or just talk to me and we can make sure that we get you involved. If you don't have little kids, that's okay too. You can also just grab a couple friends and come along. It's going to be fun, and I don't know if you noticed, it's a beautiful day outside. So it's worth being outside. Next announcement is coming up on Tuesday. We have our day of prayer and fasting. So we take time for this the first Tuesday of every month. We start Monday, midnight, and we fast through until about 6 on Tuesday and then gather for prayer here. This is such a significant part. Our prayer life is essentially the furnace room. It's the engine room that keeps us moving forward. And we make prayer a priority here, and we make fasting a priority. So we fast for breakthrough in our church, but also for you, if you're in a spot where you're in need, you're feeling overwhelmed, engage this Tuesday. Take some time to pray and to fast and to set the time aside and the focus that you usually put towards food onto God and asking for Him to move in your circumstance. So that's coming up. It's going to be amazing. Next thing is if you serve in this church in any role, any capacity, or you'd like to get involved, we're having an all-in team night on Wednesday, May 10th. We haven't done one of these in a while, but this is a time for the team to come together. We're going to talk vision. We're going to talk next steps, what's coming up. We're going to equip and train. It's going to be a vital night for those that are serving in this church to be a part of. So mark it on your calendars, May 10th. It's a Wednesday night. Plan to be here. Last announcement. Next Sunday, Pastor Bill is continuing our series out of the book of Mark with a message called Authority to Break Chains. That sounds like it's going to be a hot sermon, Pastor Bill. Is that true? Pastor Bill's confirmed it's going to be a really hot sermon next week, so make sure you're here for it. So if you're, and bring your friends too. It's like our good friend Greg Swinimer. It's like you'd like to preach today. Is that true? So if you're new here, there's a few ways that you can get connected. You can scan the QR code that'll pop up on the screens, and same for those joining us online. It'll link you to podcasts and an online visitor card. Or if you're in the building, you can do the old school thing with paper. And it works just the same. But we just love to find out how we can serve you and look out for you and be praying with you, especially if you're new to our community here. So you can do that there. You can also give through that same link online if you want to give. And I did want to share one little encouragement today. It's out of the Gospel of Matthew chapter 25, and we read this story there where a master goes away and he leaves certain amounts to 3 servants. I'm sure you've heard this story Jesus tells. It's the parable of the talents. So he gives different amounts to these different servants. 2 of them do something with what he gave. 1 of them buries it. Doesn't do anything. But I just want to read the one verse where he says, to one of the servants who managed what he was given well, he said, "Well done, my good and faithful servant. You have been faithful in handling this small amount, so now I will give you many more responsibilities. Let's celebrate together." There's words in there like, well done, good and faithful servant. But I love where it says, you've been faithful in managing this small amount. And my question, I guess, for us today when it comes to giving is, how are we doing with managing the small amounts? How are we doing? Are we organized in our finances? Do we have a plan in place? I love that God actually asks us to give 10% of our first fruits to Him, because instantly, if you have to figure out what 10% is so that you can give it, it means you have to have an awareness of what you have. So it puts you in a spot where you have to become a little bit more organized. You have to know what's coming in so that you can give. God from the start has always cared about what we do with the small amounts. So that's our challenge today, is just how are you doing with the small amounts that God's given you? And when we're faithful with that, we find that God opens up avenues to be even more faithful to us in ways that maybe we didn't expect. How are we doing with the small amounts? So if you'd like to give this morning, you can give at the window in the back during worship here. You can give online, as said, as well. We're going to head into a time of worship, so why don't you stand, and we're going to join together and sing and praise.
been so good. With every breath that I am made, oh, I will sing of the goodness of God. I love your voice. You have led me through the fire in darkest night.